All right, jabronis, we're back in action. Took a week off, not on purpose. And this week we're also down a man because Tommy Big Dog Flowers had some work meeting. So you got your boy Kody K nicely in here. How you doing, Kody?
What's up? I'm doing awesome. Excited to sit in this throne that is Tom's chair. It's a little big, but I can fit in it.
Yeah, that temple, he built it on such a great foundation down there that, you got some major shoes to fill today. Tom's really the talent of the podcast. I'm just a little bit of filler.
We can never replace the cookies, a.k.a. thunder, that he throws down.
So, start off the week. Hogs are terrible at football.
The worst.
We watched the game on Saturday. I don't think they were expected to win, but goodness gracious. We couldn't move the ball. Our defense looked pretty good, but the rest of the game was not good at all.
I couldn't understand why Austin Allen kept on trying to throw those deep passes and overthrowing them by like 10 or 15 yards.
Big issues there. Luckily, though, for us, the NFL is back. Week 1 in the books.
Yes. Super excited about the outcomes of this week's matchup. The games were downright exciting just for the fact that it's week 1. It's back. It's here.
Hey, we had a lot of great games. The Chicago Bears almost beat the Falcons. The Cleveland Browns almost beat the Steelers. And boom, my Chiefs absolutely throttled the Patriots. Here's what else I got from week 1. Hate the game league. Pretty interesting start. Yes. Our boy Christopher Diane Moore, he hired Sydney in as the GM, and man, I tell you what, they look like a different team this year.
It's amazing what good, solid coaching can do for you.
Also, I drafted Le'Veon Bell, as everyone knows, so that has doomed him to a life of mediocrity this season. And it started out with a fat 7.7 points against Pele. So thank you for that, Le'Veon. Also, did anyone think that the Rams and the Jaguars would score 29 points on defense?
Not in a million years.
Crazy stuff. So that's why I always say never draft the defense until the last round.
Vertigo, a feeling of dizziness, a swimming in the head. Figuratively, a state in which all things seem to be engulfed in a whirlpool of terror.
All right, guys. Tom out this week. I didn't want to dole out any Thunder cookies without him. Although I slid a little secret one in there for my Chiefs, putting it on as Patriots. The reason I went with the vertigo thing is last Tuesday, Kody and me went to eat lunch at Taco Bell, which I thought was a pretty delightful lunch.
It was a great expected lunch. $5, got a tummy full of food. It was delicious.
Now, the bad thing is I had a tummy full of food. So when I get back up to the office, out of nowhere...
Started feeling those rumbles.
Yeah, and the room just starts spinning. Oof. I never experienced anything like it. It's hard to describe. And probably 10 minutes later, I was in the bathroom just puking my guts out. After about 45 minutes of that, I mustered up enough strength to call Kody. I go, Kody, I think I need to go to the doctor. And you were like... Oh, well, I'll be over there in a minute, man. About 10 minutes later, you show back up. You, inched into the bathroom. Hey, are you all right in there? It's funny now, but at the time, man, I was laid out on the floor, sitting next to a trash can.
All right, let me paint the picture. Clay, death rolled over, white, paled face, got a garbage can in front of him. Pants, underwear down, sitting on the shitter with the door open, like, I need to go to the doctor.
And that was it, man. So Kody carried me out to his truck. I threw up again outside of his truck on the way to, we ended up going to the ER. First I was going to go to the doctor, and finally I was like, man, I need to go to the ER. So the main reason I'm telling this story at this point is because we get to the ER, they sign me in, and you go through 2 different checks before you get a room. So the first check is blood pressure, insurance. So I got that done. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm laid up, man. I'm on death's doorstep at this point. So we go back in there to do EKG and blood draw for labs. And I'm not even making this up. I'm glad I got Kody here today to talk about it. There's this little Asian woman in there, and she is ornery as hell. I can't even hardly talk or anything. I can't even muster the strength to do anything.
She's like, "Hey, Jones! Hey, Jones!" I'm like, man, I think they just called you. I think it sounded like me.
So we get in there, and she goes, "What's wrong with you? Why are you so sweaty?"
"Oh, you got puke on you."
Kody goes, "Well, we went to Taco Bell." "Taco Bell bad for you. You know eat Taco Bell.
Don't eat Taco Bell no more.
You should know better than Taco Bell." And
She's like, "Lift your shoulder up. I need to take your chest exam." "Oh, you hurry. We may have to shave you."
Oh, man. And she would not let it go, man.
No. She's like, "You want throw what?
Why your shirt so wet?" And I'm just over there going,
You want towel? I give you towel."
I'm over there going like, "What the fuck, lady? What does it look like I'm doing? I wouldn't be here if I was in perfect health."
Take shirt off. It's nasty.
So I finally get in the room. Kody leaves. My mom comes in to relieve. And about 7 o'clock, I finally get out of there. Sure enough, Asian woman's getting off her shift. So instead of helping me get out, she's standing over there going, "Ha ha ha! You don't eat Taco Bell no more, will you? You no more Taco Bell." It was ridiculous, and I hope I never have to go through it again.
At least with her.
Clay Jones
Is cooking.
All right, Kody. So there's plenty of numbers to go through the last 2 weeks. Technically, I've been out, so I kind of decided to focus on this last week. First number I got, 93. What do you think about that?
Yards LA Tech had to get on a 3rd and goal.
So Louisiana Tech was getting blown up by Mississippi State, and they went for 2nd and goal, and this happened.
And then a terrible snap. Smith is going to have to go all the way back. He didn't secure it. It's still loose. It's still loose. Rolling all the way back. This ball is still loose inside the 20. Who wants the football? It is finally recovered by Louisiana Tech back at the 7. The greased pig off the snap. If you said this first half was bananas, that play summarizes it all. Loss of 87 yards before Powell finally gets on it. Get out the calculator for 4th and goal on this one. My goodness.
So you're looking at 4th and goal from your own 7-yard line.
I didn't have the privilege to watch that game, but I certainly saw the highlights, and that was insane.
Next number, 4. J.D. Martinez, I think it was last week, tied a Major League record, 4 home runs in 1 game. Interesting fact about it is that another guy named Scooter Gennett did the same thing in June. I mean, that's freaking raking right there. 4 home runs in a game, that's legit. Next
Can we start questioning steroids at this point?
I don't know, maybe. I do love steroid baseball for sure. Next number, 35. Our boy Adam Thielen, last 2 games, has averaged 35 points. No one listened to my smack talk. I didn't even listen to my own smack talk. Tom picked him up, last round of the draft, I think.
Something crazy.
He goes off for, 24 points. Completely dominates. So if you're playing Tom, you got to watch out because he has the most dynamic playmaker in the NFL on his team, Adam Thielen.
Let's go with Tommy Boy talking about picking up Adam Thielen when he decided to pick up, what is that, Woodhead for his 54th pick and goes out, 2nd, 3rd snap, something like that? I mean, he's expected to be gone for 4 weeks, and he decides to pick up a champ like Adam Thielen. Just whatever. He's gonna pick him up.
Change the season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going straight to the top of the toilet bowl.
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Last number, Kody, is 2. And this kind of ties back into my story from earlier about the vertigo. Ounces of pee that I was able to muster up in order to avoid a catheter.
Can you pee in cup for me? You don't pee in cup, you get catheter.
As soon as she said the word catheter, I was like, yes, I can pee. All right, guys, let's get a media break from the band Baby Metal. Experience the awesomeness that is heavy metal mixed with dainty Japanese girls singing.
some music. Let's rock and roll, baby. All I want to know if you got your popcorn ready. Do you got your popcorn ready? Right now. Popcorn ready.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want
Clay and Tom's weekly picks.
You can't handle
Their weekly picks.
Popcorn ready.
Here we go. Week 1 in the books. We're going to do a way too early championship prediction right now.
Oof.
And the
Go
leading
crazy.
candidate right now is definitely Sydney. I mean, she's built the best team that we've ever seen in week 1. Maybe not ever, but at least this year. Absolute domination of Mr. 12-2 Joshua Stokes this last week. I think Chris is going to take this thing all the way to the playoffs. I don't know how he's going to do when he gets there. What are you feeling, Kody? Who are you feeling is your early championship contender right now?
Oh, it's definitely going to have to be Chris. His team is very, very good, especially lucking out with Ezekiel Elliott like he did. He's going to be so tough to beat. I mean, my number 1 draft pick, Johnson, decides to dislocate his wrist. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to go with Chris on this one.
Now, it wouldn't have been such a blowout had Josh made the proper decision of starting Kareem Hunt. 46 points on the bench.
Insane.
I do have a message for Josh.
And now, a message to fantasy owners from Kareem Hunt.
Should have started me, idiot.
That was a message to fantasy owners from Kareem Hunt.
So there you go, Josh. You should have started him, you fucking idiot. Next thing we're going to talk about here, Kody. Let's go DFL picks. Who do you think is going to be rounding the bottom of that toilet bowl with all that puke that I spewed last week?
Definitely Cromer. 100%.
Okay,
After the beautiful trade he agreed to make with me for Stephon Diggs, with him receiving Calvin Benjamin
And Jonathan Stewart.
and Jonathan
So
Stewart.
you think that trade's going to tank him, or do you think he's just due for tanking?
Oh, I think he's going to tank.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
I'm going to be right up there with Thomas Flowers, Thielen, and Stephon Diggs, and we're going to ride.
So it's going to be you,
Championship.
Tom, Chris, maybe Pele probably, because the
In the
Asian's always
playoffs.
in the mix.
That's right,
I
in
got
the
you. I
playoffs.
got you.
But I just don't think Cromer rode that belt to the draft, and it was just all up in his head too much.
I'm going to say right now, Josh's team's not looking very strong. Last year he went 12-2, probably had maybe the best team in league history. And this year he's not looking that great. Now he does have Kareem Hunt. We don't know how Hunt's going to play out. I personally feel like Hunt's going to be a number 1 running back the rest of the season if he stays healthy. But Josh does have experience with lengthy losing streaks from year 1.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And just like I do from year 2. So I'm going to roll with Josh. I think more than likely Ferrari, Josh, me, maybe Luke will all be down there this year. I don't know about Cromer yet. I do play Cromer this week, so I wish you the best, my friend.
A world-class, elite-level loser.
Let's get on up to the matchups of the week. Now, I told everyone that I was going to try to do some real analysis this week, and I haven't been able to do that. So, what I have here is the lines for the matchups. And we'll start with me versus Patrick. If you're a betting man, the line on Clay versus Patrick right now is at -9. So that has me as a 9-point favorite. I think that I'm going to do it this year. I think this is the year that I beat Patrick in the regular season. I feel like Le'Veon Bell's not going to go for 7 points. I think my team is looking much stronger than it did last year. I don't think I will have an 8-game losing streak this year. So I'm going to go with me in the first matchup. What do you think?
I'm going to have to go with you as well. Aaron Rodgers, Le'Veon Bell, Montgomery are all going to put up 20-plus points.
I also have Brandon Cooks going up against New Orleans, and I feel like that's a matchup that I can take advantage of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The only thing that's going to go for Patrick is the fact that he has Seattle's defense.
Gotcha. Second matchup, Ferrari versus Luke. Now, when you look at this on the stat sheet, Luke is a 17.1 point favorite right now. And in all actuality, after looking at the lineups, I think I'm going to have to go with Luke on this one.
Oh, for sure, Luke. I'm gonna have to agree on that one. For sure, I'm saying my opinion, but he's got Jordan Nelson on his team.
True.
Oh, Lordy, give me Jody.
Gotta get you some Jody, huh?
That's right.
Ferrari's got some pretty decent matchups. DeAndre Hopkins could be a sneaky candidate to come back this year with Watson quarterback. And I think that Marshawn Lynch at the Jets could be a good matchup for him.
It would be wonderful to see Lynch just blow it up 100-plus yards. Yeah, that would be great.
Sweet. As much as I'd like to see Luke lose, I don't think he's going to lose this week. Third matchup, Tom versus Spencer. So you got the
I'm undefeated, never lost.
Chump Champ versus the People's Champ in Spencer.
That's right.
Now, the line for the game, we're looking at, it's a 6-point line. So this is actually a very, very projected close matchup.
I think it's going to be the closest matchup out of
this could be matchup of the week right here.
Week.
Now, Tom's riding high on that week 1 victory.
That's right, Thielen, yeah.
And he does have Adam Thielen. I'm going to go with Tom. I think Tom's going to do it.
I'm going to have to go with Jon Snow giving Tom that 6 inches.
Yeah, that's true. Jon Snow, he gave, what's her name, that 6 inches, didn't he?
That's right, yeah. Tommy Salami, who loves Yo Mommy, is still over at Patrick's house. So I think he's going to mess up with his lineup a little too much on this one.
Fourth matchup, important matchup, you versus Sydney Diane Moore.
The biggest challenge about this matchup this week is I'm facing Sydney. And it's going to be tough because she knows her shit. She's been brought into this league to manage this team in a way that I don't think any of us can match.
No, I mean, she's calculated. She's cold. She is no emotion involved.
Precise.
I mean, very precision. I mean, Chris is really an emotional wreck. He's kind of just like I don't know how you put it. He's like a teenage girl, basically.
Well, you know how you have a male dog, wild, hard to tame?
Yep.
Then you get him neutered?
Yep.
That's what Sydney did.
Yeah, she did. She did.
She took the balls, put it in her purse, and Chris has become this tameable kind of guy that I think is going to prove to be still a loser this week against my Ajahi.
Well, I think you're wrong. You're a 24-point underdog. I think Sydney is the Bill Belichick of Hate the Game League, and I think you're going to get the crap kicked out of you.
Let's hope not.
Last matchup, Luck of the Asian, Pele, versus Joshua the Dolphin Stokes. Now, I'm looking at the line here on this one, and I'm seeing actually a 3.8-point line. So this is a very, very close matchup of what I would consider mediocre teams. And looking at the matchup, actually me and Kody doing a live look right here at the matchup. I'm going to go with, I like Pele in this matchup.
I think the only thing that could truly help Josh is if Kareem Hunt just blows it up again like he did last week.
He is going up against Miami, which is Josh's team, so wouldn't it be poetic for Josh to have a great game from Hunt, but his team get blowed up by the Kansas City Chiefs?
He'd be pulling out his, I don't know how I'm supposed to be feeling.
You'd keep your mouth shut if you knew it was good for you, buddy.
Several smack talks this week. First one I'm going to dive into this week, Doug Marrone, the head coach of the Jaguars, was asked in his wildest dreams if he thought that they would perform like they did, and here's the response.
In your wildest dream, did you ever envision 10 sacks, 4 turnovers in one game?
I don't know if I dream in my wildest dreams. Most of the time I'm thinking about, my wife in my wildest dreams.
So not so much smack talk, but scoring them brownie points, boy.
That's right.
I dream of my wife in my wildest dreams. Second thing I got, Monday night, I don't know if anyone watched the second game Monday night. I watched about half of it probably. They had this cat on there named Sergio Dip. And he was the sideline reporter, and this is probably the most epic fail first report ever. Here's the audio.
Beth, Coach, it's a pleasure to be with you guys here on the field from up close, just watching Coach Vance Joseph from here. You watch him now on the screen. this diversity in his background is helping him a lot tonight. Quarterback at Colorado, defensive back in the NFL, and here he is, having the time of his life.
Here I am on podcasts, having the time of my life.
It sounded a lot like me last year, the first year doing these podcasts. Yes, I feel his pain.
I feel sorry for him, but that was a funny moment. Last thing I got for Smack Talk, our boy Josh, man, came in strong this week. All over you, Kody, with the caveman talk.
You know, he, I don't think was understanding I was just joking around getting rid of Johnson, but unless someone wanted to give me Brown for him or something like that. But I wasn't going to give him up, and I felt the serious concern in the messages that I needed to hang on to him. But I respect, you know, he feels like he needs to take care of his boy Kody.
Well, kudos to Josh for throwing out some eloquent smack talk about you just now figuring out that what Club and Fire were.
Ah, shoot. Yeah.
Looking for a little slab and pickle.
All right, guys. In our effort to bring you the best in content from Hate the Game League, we got the number one guy from week 1, Christopher Diane Sharp. How are you doing today, Chris?
I'm not sure who you're speaking of. My middle name is actually Robert, not Diane, but you know, team's looking pretty good. Even though it's Sydney's team now.
I was gonna say, what's up, man? So let's get this ball rolling here. How did you think your first week matchup went?
Well, you know, I was against my old roommate Josh, and I felt like a 50-point victory was pretty solid.
I would say that's definitely a good start to the season. We know that you brought in a new general manager in the offseason in Sydney. How has she changed the culture of your organization?
She's more grounded. You know, I'm used to, flying high, going places and stuff, and, seeing different things and women, but, now I'm only a one-woman man, so it's definitely a big change, and, she's made me more, money savvy too. I used to spend a lot of money. Now, she wants me to save more, or spend it on her, of course.
So what you're saying is she's supplied the foundation that you've been able to steady your feet, so to speak.
Absolutely.
She's got your balls on the mantle, nice,
more
sturdy.
Like in her purse.
In her.
Oh, yeah. She has to carry them on her all the time because you never know when you might need to, pull them out and just grab a hold of the balls and just get something done.
So
right, absolutely.
Speaking like your team, setting your lineup and everything like that.
She has my lineup every now and then, but for the most part, those were my picks in the draft.
Well, the big thing for us this week was the fact that Zeke's going to get to play the whole season. How do you think that impacts your season looking forward?
Oh man, you guys are fucked.
You got that 1-2 punch of Antonio Brown and Ezekiel Elliott, huh?
Yeah, well, Andrew Brees, if he turns his game around, he had a pretty average game for Drew Brees, week 1.
This week you got your boy Kody K. Nicely. You got anything to say to Kody while you're on the air here?
Well, I haven't seen him a lot lately in person, but his brother's been in town, and I need to come hang out with that guy a little more. Other than that, his team is going to get crushed this week, and I feel bad for him because he actually did get the number 1 pick in the draft this year, and he got hurt pretty quickly. So he's going to be out for a while now. So my condolences, Kody. I know how it is. I picked David Johnson first in another league, so sorry for your loss, brother.
It's a huge blow to my team, but yes, I'm excited for our matchup. I think that my team on paper doesn't show that they're going to do all that hot, but I believe that they'll blow it up and give me the big W.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best, Kody, but not against me.
Well, I'm predicting Chris for the easy victory here. He's currently projected as a 24-point favorite.
Yeah, well, also my dark horse on my team that no one's talking about really is Matt Bryant, the kicker from Atlanta. So let's talk about this guy for a second. So he scored 12 points week 1, and he averaged about 12 points a game for me last year. And that's, if you look at it, Josh only had one guy on his whole team that scored more than 12 points. So,
That's true. So technically, he should have drafted a kicker with one of his first few picks, as opposed to all the riffraff that he drafted.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Next year I may draft kicker 4th round.
Please do. Please do.
I might go kicker, wide receiver, quarterback, and then kicker.
Well, hey, thanks for coming on, man, and I look forward to your riveting matchup with you beating Kody down. Tell Sydney that we said hi.
I'll tell her that, man. Good to see you guys.
All right, man, we'll see you.
Later.
There you have it. Another insightful, provocative, hard-hitting interview.
Memorable.
The best in the business. Now, we did lack a little bit because Cody's here with me, and we didn't have Tom to really kind of drive those points home. But great interview. I just get better and better. I just wake up in the morning and I piss interview excellence.
I was going to say gold, but yes, that too.
Either way. Last thing I got here, guys, we need to probably look at doing a watch party at some point. Either hogs, football, anything really. We need to have a get-together. I could probably do it at my house. We'd probably do it at your house, Kody, possibly.
That's right.
I think Kody does have the Sunday ticket, so we might could look at that and get some red zone going. Everyone jump on the text, try to work something out, and we'll get something going.
Yes, let's plan it out.
Other than that, that's all I got.
Good luck with you fellas.
It's been emotional.